Bonjour and welcome to episode 71 of Regen Rovers. Today it's another 3-match special for you, so hopefully you'll enjoy this little bit of a longer episode with 3 live comms for you. We're going to be taking on the Wombles of Wimbledon in the league, Stevenage. I wanted to show this game to get revenge against Stevenage in the second round of the FA Cup, and Leyton Orient in the Johnston's, I keep saying Johnston's Paint Trophy because it says that here. It's the Checkatrade Trophy, of course, now. So only one league game and 2 different... It's a mixture. It's a mixed bag of games today. But let's hope we can get some positive results. And, well, I'd like to win every game, really. But we've got 3 tough teams. Wimbledon are tough. They've been relegated from League One. Stevenage are now in League One. And Leyton Orient, I do believe, are in League One as well. Yes, they are. Potentially could be a very difficult task for us today, and with the added fact that I'm actually wearing the unlucky jumper now. This used to be lucky, now it's unlucky, but I'm trying to put it right by winning 3 games today. Now, for the first game against Wimbledon, we're playing our usual 4-3-3 that has been working pretty well this season. Unfortunately, we've picked up an injury in Greg Cross is suspended, sorry. So he's suspended, and Stuart Warren's only just come back from injury. He then picked up another injury, which is like a head injury. He's wearing a mask, a Batman mask, to play this game. So we've got to hope that he produces some superpowers for us, really. So the last video was reasonably successful, 2-1 win against Portsmouth and a 1-1 draw against Stockport. Since then we have lost a couple games, drawn one game and won the rest. We started off with a 1-1 draw against Crawley, our local rivals, a local derby. Although the game doesn't see it that way, we still have no rivals or derbies on this game. You can apparently over time create rivals of yourself if you come up against a certain team always. Perhaps you're always in that same FA Cup final against the same team. But we haven't had anything yet. It would be nice to create a rivalry at some point. We've got pretend rivalries that we've created, like with Crawley or with Stevenage, who have beaten us, or Stockport as well. They seem to pop up every now and then. Ebbsfleet, Chelmsford City, they're teams that we always used to struggle against as well. This was the first goal of the game then. It's a good goal from that man, Lee Orford. Unfortunately, they did get back into the game, but it was good to see Lee Orford get a second goal of the season. Unfortunately, we lost the next game, though, against Yeovil Town away from home. It wasn't the greatest result in the world. They took the lead through Duncan Greenwood, and then Spencer Drury equalised for us, but 2 goals after that from Yeovil killed us off. So overall, a disappointing result. Diaz, good ball through to Dibber, headed it into Orford, who found Drury. It was a nice move, to be fair, from us. Back to winning ways though, in the FA Cup first round against non-league Folkestone. They're not even in the conference or National League or whatever, they're below that level. And we went down to the south coast and managed to beat them 3-1. We took a 3-goal lead. They did get a goal back, but overall convincing victory from us. 22 shots. We were all over them, as you would expect against this sort of opposition. This was the first goal then. Larry Uda playing a ball through, and Palmer, cracking finish from him. He's really turning it on now. That's his 5th goal of the season. Patrick Dibber actually scored 2 goals for us. Good to see him getting a couple goals from that attacking central midfield role. That's a great finish from an Uda header. And then he made it 3-0 in the 75th minute. Mohamed crossing the ball in, and Dibber, lovely finish. Now, unfortunately, we did lose against Charlton Athletic in the Checkatrade Trophy. So we won the first 2 games against West Ham and Portsmouth. We lost this, but we still qualified for the second round, which we are playing today against Leyton Orient. Not much we could do against the much tougher team in Charlton. We did play okay, to be fair. Didn't create any chances, though, apart from one. Created 1 half chance, but it wasn't good enough to get any goals for us. Back to winning ways though in the league, 2-0 win against Chesterfield. Brady Chick coming into the team off the bench and scoring the opening goal. He likes to get some crucial goals, doesn't he? Ollie Barber also playing today, coming off the bench. Good finish at the near post from a Spencer Drury cross. And Spencer Drury was on hand to confirm victory with an 80th minute goal to make it 2-0. Relatively simple finish, I guess. And that was his 4th goal of the season. We need to get him scoring. 4-1 win against Crew Alexandra away from home. That was very impressive. Now, this is actually the second time of asking. Unfortunately, the game crashed. We won 3-2 in the first instance, but then my game crashed, so I had to play a game, and we won. We actually won. Ow, that was my shot at my elbow. That's not my shoulder, that's my elbow, Paul. Yeah, we won 4-1, so the second time of trying, does that make sense? I think so, was actually better than the first time. We went 4-0 up as well. Lots of yellow cards in this game. Patrick Dibber with another goal. He scored in the 13th minute to open proceedings. Let's have a look at this one then. Larry Udder out wide to Stephen Dean. Back in the tee. Good cross in and a nice finish from Dibber. Larry Udder then scored 2 goals. He scored a 20th minute goal from open play. Lovely ball through over the top and a great finish from Larry. And he then scored a 55th minute penalty. Sorry, should have showed the other. This was actually to make it 4-0. Convincing penalty. Marlowe scored a goal previous to that in the 53rd minute, and this was a stunner. I think it won goal of the month. What a strike from well outside the box, right into the corner of the net. Beautiful, beautiful goal from Christian Marlowe, who doesn't get as much game time as he used to, of course. And we managed to beat Oldham Athletic. 3 wins in a row has pushed us back up the league. Larry Udder, another goal. He's on fire. He scored more goals than he scored last season for us. Maybe it helps being a permanent player for us. This was a bit fortunate because it hit Palmer and it bounced into Udder's path, who stuck it in for his 10th goal of the season, meaning we're 5th in the league going into this game against Wimbledon. Womblington, the Wimbles of Wimbledon. Yeah, Wimbledon, AFC Wimbledon. Yeah, so after 18 games, 8 wins, 7 draws, 3 defeats, we're still a hard to beat team. Every season we're tough to beat. We lost 10 games last season. Not bad going for our first season in League 2. We've been defeated 3 times so far this season. That's pretty good going. 31 points, we're 5 off the top, 2 off an automatic place. We're currently 5 points above Morecambe, but they do have a game in hand, and of course Morecambe are definitely going to be one of our rivals in the future after that 7-1 drubbing, of course. But fortunately we have beaten them this season already, which is very nice. Okay, let's get on with it, eh? Let's stop muttering, nattering, shouting, talking. Let's do this. Let's beat Wimbledon. The Wombles of Wimbledon, bum 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 bum. Never been to Wimbledon. I've gone through it on the train, but I've never been to the tennis or anything. I would love to go to Wimbledon one day and watch the tennis. Of course, Wimbledon isn't just a place where there's some tennis courts. This is an actual part of Greater London, of course, where lots of people live. People with money, I guess. Gotta love the Wombles, haven't you? Memories of watching it round my grandparents on the old VHS. Good old Wombles. So what can we do against Wimbledon? I know there's been mixed. I'm trying to think of the next word. Mixed opinions. Let's go for that. On the new Regen Rovers logo, which of course isn't implemented into the game. I've already explained that on Create a Club mode, you can't. Once you've put the logo in, you can't change the logo, which is very annoying because you can do on every other mode of Football Manager, but not Create a Club. 0-0 at half time. As I was saying, there's been a mixed bag of opinions on it, but when I did the poll, of course it came out on top, so the majority do actually like it. It was very close, only just beating the old logo, of course. I think it will grow on you. It's very simple, I know, it doesn't stand out, but I like the professionalism of it. It's a modern logo for a modern, forward-thinking Regen Rovers. We want to be up there with the best, and it's just very clean. It's the cleanest logo that was sent to me, definitely, and certainly the most professional looking. So thank you to the guy that made it. I did shout him out a few episodes ago. What am I doing? I'm trying to think whilst talking. It's never a good mix. We're going to go a little bit more fluid, I suppose, but keep it on standard for now. Of course, there will be times where maybe we'll change the logo again and the old logo might come back into that poll, or a different logo. Some of you're welcome to continue sending me graphics as and when, and I will just save them up for the next, either the next kit poll at the end of the season or the next logo poll, maybe when we get to the championship or something. I haven't really decided. But you know, every now and then there'll be the opportunity to change things up a bit. That's what we want to do. As Wimbledon almost get lucky there. There's been very few opportunities in this game. It's very strange. In fact, I'm going to go attacking now. It's a corner to Wimbledon. Wimbledon. Donny, the Dons. And that's a goal. Oh, offside, surely. Offside. Yes, that took half an hour. Callum Marlowe, not Christian Marlowe. Callum Marlowe has a goal disallowed. We're not doing anything in this game. I think we're going to have to go route one. This is what I revert to when something isn't working, essentially. And it's not been Uda's day today, but it's not been anyone's day today. We've literally done nothing. So we'll just do that for now. I'm going to make some changes. We're going to bring Spencer Drury on and Lee Orford on for Larry Uda. Can we get a win, or are we end up going to lose this? Come on, Stuart Warren, don't be silly. Sensible. Sivzelis wearing his tracksuit bottoms. He's like the Hungarian goalkeeper. Legend. Good old Lee Sivzelis. Corner to Wimbledon again. Are they going to punish us? It's headed away by that man, Danny Bye. But it's back into a dangerous position here. Can we get it clear? We can. It's into Spencer Drury, who loses the ball. Brilliant. Thank you, Spencer. Oh, Danny Bye steps in though. The captain up to Spencer Drury, into Lee Orford. Plays it through to Palmer. Palmer had to score. That was our only chance of the game, and he had to take it, and he didn't. And we might live to regret that miss from Craig Palmer. Oh, Guillermo Diaz into Warren. Nice ball into Spencer Drury. Finds Lee Orford. Finds Stuart Warren. It's back to Marlowe. Lovely ball. It's over the bar from Orford. That's 2 opportunities now. 2 clear-cut chances. That one was much harder. It was on the volley, to be fair. But that was the opportunity. 2 opportunities, in fact. What I'm going to do is we're bringing Jack Young on. The legend. He hasn't scored yet this season, but he scored numerous goals for the under-23s. He's been on fire for the under-23s. So let's give him a chance in the first team. He can be our hero. He's scored every single season so far. I think it's going to finish 0-0 and we will regret... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I thought that was going in. Somehow we survive. 2 clear-cut chances each in this game. They've had more shots overall. I suppose... Oh no, not a free kick at the end. It's over the bar. They nearly always go in when it's a free kick at the end. But we survive. And it finishes 0-0. We could have won that, but they easily could have won it as well. So I suppose a draw is a fair result, but it could have finished something like 2-2. Craig Palmer's let me down. I'm going to say unlucky and say to the strikers I'm disappointed with the finishing. Which is fired up Orford and Drury and Young, but not Palmer, who really did need to be fired up. I can't really be too harsh on Palmer. He's had a good season. And it's a decent draw against playoff rivals Wimbledon away from home. We can take every point away from home and be proud of it because we are still in the playoff zone. I've forgotten to introduce a new signing, guys. Now, those of you that do avidly follow Regen Rovers on Twitter will know about this. But welcome to the club, Francis Arthur Owusu. What a brilliant name. Another Ghanaian has joined after we lost our old goalkeeper Owusu. Of course, he was Ghanaian. But he's been replaced by Francis Arthur Owusu. Cracking stuff. Started at West Brom. Moved to Halifax on a free last season. Didn't work out for him. They released him. We're giving him a chance. I'm playing him in the under-23s at the moment. He's only 19. He's certainly got potential. Definitely has potential. He's a selfish player though, so that could let him down. Very aggressive as well, but attribute-wise to be a poacher, not bad. Not bad at all. So we'll see how he goes, how he develops in the under-23s. He's already made a couple appearances, one in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, one in the first round of the FA Cup for us. But for the under-23s, he's really scored 3 goals and got 3 assists, which is brilliant stuff. But as I was saying, Jack Young, 15 goals for the under-23s this season. Bradley Berry also having a good season with 10 goals and 10 assists. Sensational stuff from those two. And of course, Arthur Owusu there, 8.67 average rating so far from his 3 games. They are on fire. And Dan Ormsby's now having to play again in the under-23s after we've released a few players. And he scored 7 goals as well. So under-23 wise, we are destroying the opposition. Neil Stone as well, having a good season. Ollie Barbar doing pretty well for the under-23s as well. So it's really, really pleasing to see that. You can see they haven't lost a single game in Group 6. That is sensational from the under-23s. We're top of the table, 3 points above Wimbledon, incidentally. And we've won 5-0 again. Some of the results have been incredible. Mark Cornell, our Welsh defender, scored. Bradley Berry, Arthur Owusu, Young. Brilliant performance from them. If, for whatever reason, the first team fail to impress and certain players are struggling, then we've got these other players to come into the team. Greg Cross played in this game because he's suspended for the next one. Tim Green's currently playing because of Dean at right back is the first team choice. Charlie Lofts is playing because he's not first choice. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving them game time, giving them the opportunity to impress. And it's a very strong looking team you can see there. Kevin Miguel, Black and Barber in midfield. I wouldn't be too displeased with them playing in the first team. We've got a strong second string now that I'd happily put into the first team if required. And I think that's really important now, moving forwards. Canvey Island want Alex Hall on loan. Now, he's my backup keeper. I don't trust Grant Waugh to be my backup anymore, so I don't want to loan Alex Hall out now. I was going to, but thinking about it, Grant Waugh is just a liability now. And I'm only keeping him because of sentimental reasons. Perhaps we should do a poll. Yes or no, does Grant Waugh stay at the club? This is very harsh because of legendary status of Grant Waugh. But I'll put a poll in the description below. You have the chance to save him if you want to. But I think it's because of that result against Morecambe, we have to ask the question, is there any point keeping him? A lot of you pragmatic chaps out there will say no. What's the point in keeping a player we're not ever going to use again? Oh no! Danny By injured. Disaster. 2 to 3 months. Double hernia. That's painful. So Charlie Lofts is going to have to come into the team after all that, so we'll make him unavailable. But yeah, you have the chance to either remove Grant Waugh from Regen Rovers or keep him. Some of you will be disgusted that I'm even suggesting removing him, but it has to be asked, I think, at this point. And JJ's out for 3 to 4 days with a cold, so he's not going to be in the team either. That's centre back. I don't really ever show this, but I do get offered a hell of a lot of jobs. I'm regularly offered jobs, but I don't really show it. And of course, I just decline them. Someone did suggest I should go for an interview, and then the board will offer things for me to stay. I did actually try that once, but it didn't work. I went for a Hearts interview just to try out this method, and my board came to me, what do you want for me to stay? So I said, training facilities, improve that. They said no. Youth facilities, various things I suggested. They said no to everything. So yeah, it didn't really work. So I just agreed to stay. Of course, I agreed to stay. So from now on, I'm going to reject interviews. Oh, George. George has come to say hello. We haven't had him say hello for ages. Look, it's your fans. They love you, George. I think he wants food, to be honest. He's going to jump off any second, aren't you? Or you're just going to sit there and block the microphone as usual. So, Charlie Lofts comes into the team for Danny By. And who's going to go onto the bench? Let's put Kevin Miguel on the bench because he's a bit of a defensive. Although we've got quite a few defensive options. Green, Miguel, Black. Let's put Arthur Owusu on the bench. Lots of striker options once again. I want revenge against Stevenage. I really do. George, you're basically in the worst place. Go here. You prefer it there, don't you? No. You like that spot next to the microphone where you can just sit in the way and block my voice. He just wants to sit there right next to my face. Good old George. Bum bum ba-dum ba-da-ba-dum bum. Okay, you're going to headbutt me, George. My face isn't a scratching post, nor is the jumper. You're trying to make the jumper lucky again. That's what you're trying to do, aren't you? Your tail's in my face now. I'm just going to let you do what you want to do. It's what you have to do with cats, just let them rule the world, because that's what they want to do. Cats with thumbs. Remember the Cravendale advert. And here we go. You're getting in the way. I love you really, George. And we haven't seen you appear in the video for ages, have we? So you have to get involved sometimes, just so the Regen Rovers fans don't forget you. You're at the Regen Rovers Stadium, aren't you, regularly, just prowling around as we get a corner. And Charlie Lofts comes into the team and scores. Yes. Brilliant, wasn't it, George? Great finish from the silver-haired centre-back. Look at that really high ball from Mohamed. Then Marlowe headed it into Lofts, and it's a left-footed finish from the edge of the area. Really good stuff from him. And we're 1-0 up against Stevenage, aiming for revenge against the League One team. And another corner, Mohamed. Oh, Walker this time. The two centre-backs score from corners. And my corner tactics are certainly, my corner routines are certainly working more effectively this season. I've changed it, and for whatever reason, we've started to score from them. It's brilliant. But Stevenage have a free kick which is whipped to the back post, and that's too easy. It's 2-1. The defenders set pieces seems to be the way to score goals. And Hornby ran through like a train. No one stopped him and found the back of the net. It's all gone quiet on the Western Front. Now he's licking my fingers. What are you doing? We're going to turn off, be more expressive. We're trying to hold on for this victory. In fact, let's bring Uda back into attacking midfield. And I should have put Ollie Barber on the bench, shouldn't I? Let's bring on Francis Owusu. He can play there. He's gonna stop licking my hand, George. Apparently Mohamed's picked up a knock. We'd better bring him off. We're going to bring on Lee Orford, and he's going to play as a target man. Can we hang on for half an hour and get through to the third round of the FA Cup for the second season in a row? This would be massive for us. We're nearly there. We're nearly over the line. We have to go defensive, I think, for the last few minutes. And oh bloody hell, George! Seriously, what is up with it? He doesn't usually do this. He never really does this. He never headbutts my head and licks my face. We're going to bring Jack Young on for Palmer. It's not really a defensive move, I know, but just freshen the legs up front to run with the ball. 3 minutes. George, are you going to be my lucky charm? Warren throws it up. 40 seconds. No! Oh, it's battered clear by Charlie Lofts. Orford heads it on, but Jack Young can't get in the end of it. 30 seconds to hang on to this. Come on, George. Be lucky for me. I'm not attacking you, George. I'm trying to hug you in celebration. Stephen Dean. Back to Patrick Dip. This is it. Hanging on to the ball. Wonderful stuff. Jack Young, run it into the corner, my friend. Plays it into Arthur Owusu, and Diaz loses the ball, but it doesn't matter. We're in the third round of the FA Cup. Marvellous achievement once again, and we get revenge against Stevenage. That's the most important thing. I was determined to do that, and we've managed it. You're destroying my desk, George. But I don't care. You've obviously brought some luck to us. So Mark Cornell was upset that he's not getting any football really, so he's asked to be loaned out, which I'm happy to do, give him some experience. He's not really good enough for the first 11 at the moment, although he technically is the backup while Steady Bye's injured, I suppose. But a few teams want him as a key player, which I'm happy to do. Not this team though. Gateshead, backup, not good enough, my friends. York City, key player, that's fine. And Chester, key player, that's also fine. Hartlepool, no. You can't just come to me with a non-negotiable backup defensive option. That's just ridiculous. And Sean Black as well. Okay, well, maybe. There we go. Interesting. Do we loan Sean Black out for the entire season? I don't know. Okay, you're starting to get a little bit annoying now, because you are actually getting in the way. He's jumped off, he's down. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, Joe. I feel bad now, I've offended him. Now there's going to be Holden Warren out comments, isn't there, saying I've abused George. I think we'll accept this. They want to play him as a key player. I've got the option to recall him, so that's fine, but not backup. Gateshead, what are you playing at? Backup all the time. Kidderminster, apparently a decent turnout's expected for the Checkatrade Trophy, which is pretty rare, but I suppose it's the second round. It's now, maybe fans are going to take it a little bit more seriously. Now we have the opportunity to possibly win this thing. But before that, FA Cup, third round draw. This is what we love to see. Who are we going to take on? A big team, maybe? A big Premier League team? It's Brighton and Hove Albion. Away from home. They've got a decent sized stadium, the Amex. I can't remember how big it is. Let's have a look. 30,000 seater. Brilliant stuff. So that should bring in some money. Very pleasing indeed. So we will show that game in the next episode, which will be in a few games time. Here we go then. Second round of the Checkatrade Trophy. I think it's just a one-off game, isn't it? There's no home and away leg. And Greg Cross can come back into the team. I'm going to bring Ollie Barber onto the bench as a more attacking midfield option. You're meant to keep the team pretty much the same from the previous league game. I think you can make 5 changes, which is quite a lot, I guess, but I do want to keep a consistent team. I'm going to take Mohamed out. We're going to give Spencer Drury a run out. And in fact, let's make a couple changes. Lee Orford can come into the team as well up front, but I'll keep the midfield the same. Marlowe seems to be doing okay in the central role. Keeping Paddy Murray out the team, who's had a pretty poor start to his Regen Rovers career, to be honest. Not really done anything yet. So let's go and get another good result. We've drawn against Wimbledon away from home. We've beaten Stevenage, got revenge against them, through to the third round of the FA Cup. Let's try and get through to the next stage of the Checkatrade Trophy. We are having a good season, despite the tactical change. That first episode of the season some of you may have been a little bit panicked by my decision to change things up a bit, but I think I've been proven right to do this because it's working well now. We're growing into this tactic, playing well, defensively pretty solid. The 2 centre-backs get good average ratings, the strikers are still scoring. I think the midfielders playing a bit better as well with this tactic, and I'm actually scoring goals from corners as well, which is nice to see. So overall, everything seems to be working a bit more efficiently this year compared to the end of last season. Oh no, Lee Orford's injured. He is a little bit injury prone. That is probably the one problem with Lee Orford. So Larry Yudda, our top scorer, is coming onto the pitch. We've got so many different decent strikers, and of course I've signed another one now in Arthur Owusu. That's a goal, too easy, near post header from a corner from Leyton Orient. Jamal Daly scores. It's not the end of the world if we crash out of this competition, because it does sort of distract you a little bit, but it would be nice to win the Checkatrade Trophy. It's a winnable tournament for us. But we are 2-0 down now. I think it's too much for us to try and get anything out of this. 2 League One teams in a row may be a little bit too much for us. We're going to go direct and just change it up a little bit because we've not had any opportunities yet. Let's just do a team talk. Assertive, demand more, which is a bit harsh on the team, but we need more from them. We need to keep our good run going. Another highlight then, and Greg Cross throws it straight to the opposition. That was really poor from him. He's come back into the team after suspension and does that. And we are getting murdered at the back here. Somehow we survive. I think we're going to have to pull the defence back and actually play defensive fullbacks because they are penetrating our sides way too easily, and that is not nice. Perhaps I should... what I've done is I've told the fullbacks to sit narrow. Maybe that is enabling them to get around the sides. Let's just let them play their game normally. See, the fullbacks have made mistakes today for whatever reason, and the defence... Charlie Loft's 5.8 is back to his old self after scoring a goal in the FA Cup. Complacent. We're going to slam the ball up the pitch, go route one, and hope that Uda, Drury and Palmer can do some damage. I'm going to bring Ollie Barber on for Dibba, who's quite... he's on a yellow, and we need to give him a bit of a rest, I think, as well. I think we can pretty much write this game off, unless we can produce a miraculous Istanbul comeback. We're not 3-0 down, but you know what I mean. Dun, 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 bom, 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 bom. It's a corner to us. Craig Palmer whips it in. I thought we were going to score from another corner, but it wasn't to be. And Leyton Orient, counter-attacking like a venomous snake. This is crazy. And this is going to be 3. It is. It's all over. We might as well just go counter now and hope for the best and try and get a consolation goal. We're out the Checkatrade Trophy. I assume there's no group stages. This is just it. This is a knockout stage. I don't know how the Checkatrade Trophy works after the group stage. Here's Spencer Drury. Can we... that is truly terrible. You're coming off for that miss. That was just embarrassing. I'm actually going to throw Jack Young on. Give him some more game time in the first team. I really want Jack Young to score because he scored every single season except for the first team, except this season. But maybe this is the year that he can't get a goal. I suppose it's been a disappointing defeat. We've just rolled over for Leyton Orient, but they're the better team and it's a competition I don't really care about. But the manner of the defeat was not great. And Lee Orford's out for 2 weeks. It could be a lot worse. It's not too bad. Well, Young hasn't scored for 11 matches for us. Some of you will be saying just don't play him anymore, but It's Jack Young we're talking about. Anyway, so we got a draw, a win and a loss today. Mixed bag of results once again. But it's the Johnson's Paint Trophy, you know. Oh well, doesn't really matter too much. The next episode will be Brighton Hove Albion and Morecambe. We want to get double revenge. We've beaten them once this season, but we really, really want to brutalise them for that 7-1 defeat. So, big game in the FA Cup and a big game in the league. Please smash that like button as always. It'd be much appreciated. I will see you in episode 72.